My friend, welcome to Operation Greatness, Freeing the Matrix, Parasite Cleansed, Action Pod number 50. This is it already too late for humanity? How do you respond to that? Is it too late for us already? Had we allowed ourselves to become too weak, too distracted, too divided, too disconnected, too disempowered? Did we allow our minds to be subverted, to be programmed for scarcity, fear, lack consciousness, to work against ourselves because of the nature of the manipulation, the fraud, the deceit, the control at the hands of a few people whom we had allowed to take over the rings of power? For example, the government, the judiciary, the mainstream media, of course, and yet also our school system, the entertainment industry, the music industry, the TV. I mean, yes, we have our work to do. Yes, it's bleak. I mean, the visual that I get for what has happened since March of 2020 in America, at least, and a little before that, like in Australia, I remember when that was the thing first over there, and while the rest of the world around that same time, when I mean, the visual, you know what I'm talking about, of course. The visual that I get is the Lord of the Rings movie where the tribes in Middle Earth knew that this darkness was coming. It was like an invasion, and they sent scouts to see this black evil coming, and they prepared for it. And what did they do? Like, as I recall, I mean, I haven't seen it for, whatever, how many years, maybe more than a decade, I don't know. I think the elf tribe worked with maybe the humans, and maybe they worked with I forgot the other tribes. And, they all came together for the common good because they knew that every one of them would be needed to fight this onslaught of evil. Does that sound at all like what we had faced since March of 2020 when what I call the attempted totalitarian takeover began of humanity through what I call fraud 1.0, this whole bioweapon that was practiced very thoroughly about a full year in advance and what's called Event 201. If you haven't heard about that, well, then you were probably asleep and probably under the manipulation of tyranny, of evil, of the globalist totalitarian agenda. And now, I mean, all of this, okay, let's go over to parasitecleansed.com, parasitecleansed.com, because this is so hugely important for you to recognize because the parasites, they call themselves the elite or the globalists. They programmed every one of us to be weak, to be unaware of our power, our purpose, our potential, to recognize even that we have all the power and that our power is beyond measure. And when we concentrate it and focus it on one thing, which is achieving your divine design, duty, destiny, dharma, we're unstoppable. And every one of us is responsible for doing our part, for being of service in the way uniquely meant for each of us. And yet they successfully manipulated us, especially with the advent of the dumbing device, because that was the agent of disconnection, distraction, division, disempowerment, distancing, despair, depression, discombobulation. What other words come to mind for you as you're seeing how society was able to crumble so quickly? I mean, let's look at the main four there. The dumbing device is responsible for this, and I need you to see this, to not play into it. Did you know that, first of all, if we back up a moment, the TV was a military weapon used against the population? Did you have any idea about that? Or were you totally oblivious to that? I've seen a, like when this was back in, let's say, the 1960s, when the TV station would sign off for the night. Maybe that was at 10 p.m. I don't know what time it was. I wasn't around then. And anyway, they had like, I think it was the national anthem. They would play that and show a patriot scene with horns or trumpets, I mean. And, like the visual is like, our country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. I mean, it was like a patriotic thing, and yet somebody slowed that down. And I saw this video, and I'll share that with you if you're interested. And they there were subliminal programming messages between the frames, in the frames of this sign off. And it said things like, obey the government is your God. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? That was the messaging even back then. None of this is new. This whole thing that began in March of 2020, the advent of evil asserting near full control over us, that began, I mean, I saw one well-respected researcher, his name is Dr. David Martin, saying he was outlining this at, was it European Parliament of the EU? I think that's where maybe he held this meeting, or maybe it was, I don't think it was United Nations, but that's possible. I don't remember where he presented this. And yet he shared how, I mean, he documented all of the evidence that, like, the original basis for I don't remember if it was the Pfizer vaccine or the Moderna vaccine. These patents were filed in 1998. That was maybe the earliest when they filed the patents. And anyway, I mean, all the research is out there. You just have to open your eyes and see it. If you haven't been seeing it, if you've been oblivious to all this, then I would I would almost bet my house on the fact that you get your news from evil, from the globalists, from the tyrants, from the oppression regime, from the parasites like CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, ABC, PBS, the mainstream networks, the Communist News Network, for example. I mean, All of that is like the propaganda arm of evil. It's plain and simple. If you watch that, if you subject yourself to it, then you are being programmed. And that's for scarcity, fear, lack, consciousness, and to feel small, to feel helpless and weak, and to be totally oblivious of the power that you have, which is unlimited because you, my friend, are God's gift to the world after all. And you're here to be of great service. You've had that inner knowing that since you were a child, I would guess, tell me if I'm right here in the comments, you've always felt or known that you are here for something really important because oh, I'm getting chills here. Every one of us on the planet now, we chose this mission because it was preordained that evil would attempt to take over completely. And we were like, if you think of it, I mean, okay, wow, really hear this message here. And wow, I'm getting chills again. Really feel this message here. If you think about, like, okay, like tonight, I'm going to a concert at 7:30 p.m. tonight in Sedona. And it's a musical act. I have really enjoyed their music for, I don't know, 10 years, 15 years maybe. Maybe 20 years. I probably heard about them shortly after I moved to Sedona, which was in July of 99. So maybe it's been, 20 years or 25 years that I've heard of them and I've liked their music. And I haven't heard from them in a long time, so I don't know, but I like their earlier stuff, but I like what they're doing and anyway, I'm going to go see them. So like I bought the tickets for this show, I don't know, let's say it was more than, what's today, May, I guess. It was probably in late March, maybe early April. And so I was kind of like looking forward to this. And like if you were looking forward to seeing this show, like like maybe what's an example of that? Maybe like the new Star Wars movie. I don't know if there's probably, or the new Avatar or something, something that a lot of people really loved. And, like they start like maybe in, I don't know, let's say December of the year before when that new Star Wars movie is coming out like at Christmas the year before, they start promoting it so you can start looking forward to it. I mean, this is kind of like how you were as a spirit. Like, wow, this is the moment when humanity is taking back its power and ending the reign of terror, of tyranny, of the parasites that had ruled humanity for thousands of years. I want to make sure that I'm part of that and I'm embodied in a physical form on the planet when this happens. I want to have a front row seat, but I want to actually be in the game. I want to be instrumental in this happening, in the takedown of evil. I want to look evil in the eye and see its complete and utter failure and defeat in oppressing humanity anymore. When evil realizes it lost, I want to be there to see that. And I want to be instrumental in taking down tyranny and evil and making sure the parasites are no longer feeding on our human family. And so I mean, okay, so since I mentioned I moved to Sedona in July of 99. Since October or September of 99, somewhere in that neighborhood, I've worked almost every week with an enlightened master. Think of like an Indian sage who has transcended duality and is living it's called Sahaja Samadhi, which is the highest level of deep meditation. And he says something which is profound for every one of us to recognize. He said that souls are waiting in line for miles to get a physical body. Having a physical body is the hottest ticket in town. Those were his exact words. In other words, by the fact that you are here alive, front and center in humanity liberating the world from tyranny, from evil, from the globalist oppression that had dominated the earth for thousands of years, for you to be here in this defining moment where we are asserting our power. This is the mantra that we're using, in fact. I am sovereign. I am free. This is my duty, my destiny. Say this with me. I am sovereign. I am free. This is my duty, my destiny. I am sovereign. I am free. This is my duty, my destiny. I am sovereign. I am free. This is my duty, my destiny. I am sovereign. I am free. This is my duty, my destiny. You're feeling it, right? I got chills all over. You're commanding your power by saying that mantra, by reaffirming, by reasserting your power. Your power is beyond measure. Now you're starting to feel that. Now you're opening to flowing that. Now you're reconnected with life. My friend, this is your divine design, duty, destiny, dharma. You are here to liberate humanity. And that means doing that yourself, and that means doing that with and for everyone you are blessed to have connected with you, because we're doing this through social media. And in other words, right now, right here, make sure that you're going back to the beginning of this action podcast number 50. Is it already too late for humanity? And you're saying, hell no, not with me in charge of my power and commanding my destiny. No, I'm going to rally, organize, lead, inspire, transform, and liberate every one of my online friends, and they will be joining us as we are all freeing the matrix at freeingthematrix.com. And every one of us is leading every one of our online friends to become free ourselves and to lead everyone connected with us in becoming free themselves and being that inspired visionary leader of all of their online friends at the same time. This is the higher purpose of every one of our lives. This is the greatest thing every one of us has ever done. And in fact, we are leading every one of us in becoming free. And the higher purpose, and right now do this so your power is beyond measure. You are the inspired visionary leader who has liberated humanity. Yes, you. This is you. This is that so much more that you have always known was meant for you, that you are here to do something really important in the world. This is it. This is it. Nothing matters more than you living this. So, right now, focus your power on this creation. This is what every one of us are doing. We are joining in humanity's unifying manifestation. So just feel this, hear this, see this, make sure that you are creating this. This is your duty, your destiny, your dharma to do this. Humanity is free because of you. We are sovereign. We are free. This is our duty, our destiny. So join us in humanity's unifying manifestation. Our power is beyond measure. Together, we've helped 1.72 billion people become very wealthy, living their dharma through freeingthematrix.com, Operation Greatness, and parasitecleansed.com. This is the greatest thing we've ever done and the higher purpose of our lives. You feel that, you know it. You're connected with the currency of life. You're in the flow, you're in the zone, you are in your power. You came into human form as a spiritual being for this moment, because this is the turning point in human history. It is such an honor and privilege to be alive right now, to be participating in this monumental shift, the likes of which we have never seen on the planet before. You won the lottery to be here. I mean, think about it, like just for you to have the gift of being embodied, you were you won the lottery. I mean, what is it, like 82 million semen, I think, racing toward that egg or that ovary, whatever it's called. I don't didn't take biology in high school actually, because I didn't want to chop up frogs because I was a vegetarian and I anyway, you won the lottery to be alive right now. It's such a profound gift that you are here on the planet now because you are the one liberating humanity. You, yes, you. This is your higher purpose. This is why you are here. This is your divine design, duty, destiny, dharma. You are God's gift to the world. And I'm totally sincere, and that's an absolute knowing that I have, and I want you to have that absolute knowing as well. Because, like right here, by you going to freeingthematrix.com and joining us in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind, go to the About page there, and you'll see on the right side under the logo, there's a button that says Invite People. Grab your Invite People link and use that in all of the posts that you are making right here in this action pod number 50. Is it already too late for humanity? Go back to the beginning of this podcast. I was going to say video because I'm creating this as a video. And when you are leading your own Operation Greatness chapter in your community as well as among all your online friends, we're doing the video of this action pod number 50. Is it already too late for humanity? So I'm sharing the screen right now that has the graphic for our humanity's unifying manifestation. So, where together we have helped 1.72 billion people become very wealthy, living their Dharma through freeingthematrix.com, Operation Greatness, and parasitecleansed.com. So, so grab your invite people link that you got when you became part of our freeingthematrix.com mastermind and go back to the beginning of this recording video, especially when you're doing the video of this and you're seeing everything on your screen, and pause and reflect on each insight. Like, talk about how the world, I mean, think about, relate to how, like what I said about, like, when in Middle Earth in the Lord of the Rings movie, they saw this like front of evil coming, and they knew that this was going to be the fight of their lives, and they all rallied and came together. And see how that was what happened in March of 2020 when the fraud 1.0 began, the attempted totalitarian takeover of evil, the complete and ruthless total control of humanity. The fight for our survival began, and I mean, if you know the 2030 agenda of the World Economic Forum, the main central hub of evil, and you know that by 2030, their agenda, which is what is active in process right now, is that you will own nothing and you will be happy. You will be completely connected to the cloud and controlled absolutely. And you know the central bank digital currency, CBDC, that they want to roll out, which means you have to be a good citizen. I mean, like think of the credit system, social credit system in China, where if you post something against tyranny, against the globalist, communist, evil agenda and takeover, then you can't buy food, your money is frozen. They want that here, they want that everywhere. And, it might come this year. We have to do this fast. We have to step up, own our power, and command our destiny fast. We have to move quickly in liberating humanity to make sure that they don't push this on us. And, like, I mean, someone said that I saw this maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago. They were painting this vision where like they're going to get people to accept the idea that you have to have this digital ID because of all the illegals that 20 whatever, I don't know if it was 22 million, that's what President Trump said, I think, that Joe Biden let through the open borders that were carefully created to destroy us, to subvert our sovereignty. Anyway, that someone painted this scenario that we have to make sure never happens, that they're planning to, let's put it that way. It's up to every one of us to stop this from happening. They want to roll out the digital ID to prevent the illegals as part of that invasion to destabilize us and get us, well, scared and feeding the evil, the parasites. Anyway, so like if you're a real citizen and you were born here and you are an American, a true American, and not an illegal who is trying to vote evil in and keep evil in power. Anyway, that they're saying that the digital ID will be a way for all of us Americans to comply with the totalitarian takeover because then they can control your money and your ability to buy food and where you can travel, and you're a complete prisoner with the central bank digital currency, CBDC. And we have to make sure that is never even attempted by us owning our power, coming out of the programming, awakening our latent power, and stopping this takeover and actually liberating humanity. This is the higher purpose of your life, and you are here to do this yourself. Yes, you. By you right here, I mean, so use the invite people link that you got by joining our freeingthematrix.com mastermind on the About page. Use that in all of the posts that you are making as you are exposing every one of your online friends to what's really happening in the world today. And we're all serving and supporting each other in being that inspired visionary leader. It is our destiny to be of every one of our online friends, leading, inspiring, transforming, and liberating every one of them. No one left behind, because this is the most important work every one of us has ever done. It's why we're on the planet now, to do this, to liberate humanity. We are sovereign. We are free. This is our duty, our destiny. So you know this, you feel this. This is stirring that spark of divinity within you and reigniting it into the fires of freedom burning within you. This is actually you opening to the full power of God. Your purpose Your work is receiving God at the level of 100%, and your purpose is extending God into the world, and that means extending love, and that means being of greater service to more people. Like now, you actively leading every one of your online friends through doing this action pod number 50. Is it already too late for humanity? Not with you in charge, not with you stepping up, owning your power and commanding your destiny, and actively liberating humanity, consciously creating humanity's unifying manifestation where we know and recognize and are living the truth that our power is beyond measure. Together, we've helped 1.72 billion people become very wealthy, living their Dharma through freeingthematrix.com, Operation Greatness, and parasitecleansed.com. This is the greatest thing we've ever done and the higher purpose of all of our lives, with you doing this yourself, doing this with and for every one of your online friends, actively leading them through this action pod number 50, with all of the posts that you're making, with each post, you using your invite people link that you got when you joined us in the freeingthematrix.com mastermind. It's game over for evil. The parasites have no power other than what they manipulate us into giving them when we're living in fear, when we're unaware of our power, when we're distracted from our purpose, when we're disconnected from each other and from God. All of that was an entire manipulation. We were programmed for scarcity, fear, lack, and being totally unaware of our power and disconnected from our purpose and from each other. That was all the manipulation. And now we're awakening to that. And now you are leading us in becoming free by becoming free yourself and bringing every one of your online friends into liberating humanity with us, all through our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. So by you, I mean, how many people can you reach on all of your social media combined? I mean, I stopped looking at this maybe, I don't know, 7 or 8 or 10 years ago. It used to be that we each could reach 3,600 people on average. That was the last number that I saw, and I don't know what it is today. How many do you have for yourself? Because this is your mission, this is your purpose, this is your divine design, duty, destiny, dharma. We are sovereign. We are free. This is our duty, our destiny, all of us working together in liberating humanity. Is it possible for you to imagine and conceive that you have personally transformed the lives of 1,200 of your online friends by leading them into doing this action pod number 50 with us? That's easy to imagine, right? All of whom are joining through your invite people link that you got once you joined us in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. And by you liberating every one of your online friends, no one left behind, and you getting even just with 1,200 people, and yet you're getting every one of them doing this with us because nothing matters more for every one of us. This is how we're all coming together and stopping the onslaught of evil, like the Lord of the Rings did. The characters all united and they worked together and they persevered. They were relentless and unwavering in their focus, their determination. They were not going to allow evil to destroy their children and everyone in their village. They were noble, they were honorable, they were strong. This is every one of us honoring and fulfilling our divine design, duty, destiny, dharma. This is why you are on the planet now. You signed up for this mission to be here, to be an instrumental, key, vital part in liberating humanity from evil. So be that inspired visionary leader and get every one of your online friends actively stopping the parasites and reprogramming, freeing humanity from its programmed scarcity, debilitating. I mean, the amount of suffering that evil had caused that we had allowed is unconscionable to even think about. And yet now we've had enough and we're saying no more. You do not belong here. We are in command. Humanity is coming from love, and we are saying no and completely rejecting evil, which is only interested in ego, which means not God, and which is all about greed, oppression, taking from others, pillaging the planet. I mean, evil, the globalists, none of this has any place in our lives, and we are rejecting it and we are eliminating it. We are no longer tolerating it because we are sovereign, we are free. This is our duty, our destiny. So make sure that you're posting about every aspect of this. Make sure that you're doing everything in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. Make sure that you are, in fact, I'm going to back to this page, that you are leading your own Operation Greatness chapter in your community, as well as among all your online friends, and that you've also done the work and become parasite cleansed yourself, and you know how powerful you are, and you're stopping the poisoning, and you're making sure that you are the leader in your community to stop the poisoning in your water and in your air. And all of us as consumers are stopping the poisoning of our food, and we're doing this together through our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. And nothing matters more than every one of us stepping up and taking action. We're doing this through this action pod number 50. Any questions? How much more are you connected with your power, which is beyond measure, right now, right here? How much do you know this is why you are here on the planet now? To step up, own your power, and command your destiny and liberate our human family, stopping evil dead in its tracks. How actively are you now leading, inspiring, transforming, and liberating every one of your online friends, all of whom you are blessed to be able to serve? This is priority number one for every one of us, and you know that. And you're not stopping and you're not holding back or limiting yourself as part of the programming because of fear anymore. Right? 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 And all of us are doing this together, and this is the greatest thing every one of us has ever done. How much more do you believe in yourself? How much more do you know you matter? Because going back to our humanity's unifying manifestation, I mentioned the number 1200. By you getting your 1200 people, although you're getting everyone you can reach, because no one left behind, because this is the work of every one of us on the planet now. This is the higher purpose of our lives, and it's why we chose to come into a human body now during this monumental turning point in human history, because you're, if let's just say that you have 1200 people, because some people might only have 10 people connected with them on their social media and other people have 10 million. And if you're Elon Musk and you have like 219 plus million people, or you're President Trump and you have like 105 plus million people, this is still the greatest thing that Elon Musk and President Trump have done. This is still the higher purpose of their lives in leading, inspiring, transforming, and liberating every one of their online friends, no one left behind, just as you and I and every one of us are now doing. This is the greatest contribution that even Elon Musk and President Trump have made. Yes, absolutely, because all it takes is You getting your 1,200 people who are getting their 1,200 people. And my friend, you have transformed the lives of 1,440,000 people who are then getting their 1,200 people. And guess what that is? That's 1.72 billion people. Actually, more precisely, that's 1,728 million people. That's the gift of your life. That's your greatest contribution. It's why you are here. That is your divine design, duty, destiny, dharma. We are sovereign. We are free. This is our duty, our destiny. This is your purpose. It's why you chose to be here. That's that something great that you are here to do for the world. You're here for something important. You've always known that. Is there any question that this is it? This is the absolute why you are here. This is your reason for being, and honoring this and living this is the most important thing you have ever done. It's why you are alive now to do this moment right here now through our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. Is there any question about that? Because you have liberated humanity. Talk about all this. Share all the posts that you have made since the beginning of this action pod number 50. Talk about all of this in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. Take all of the posts that you have made as you were leading, inspiring, transforming, and liberating every one of your online friends, no one left behind. Take all the posts that you have made, put them in the essay that you're sending me from this Operation Greatness Action Pod number 50. Send that to me personally at dan@danclatt.com and post that essay in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. And then look for the posts that everyone else is sharing as well, because you can further transform more people by using their posts. We're all here serving and supporting each other as much as we can in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. This is the higher purpose of every one of our lives. It's why we are here. This is our reason for being. Nothing matters more than every one of us taking this to heart and doing this, living this, becoming this. You are the inspired visionary leader. You are God's gift to the world. Be it every moment from this point moving forward. It's why you're here. So share your thoughts about all this, share your posts about all this with your freeingthematrix.com invite people link. Make sure that you have transformed everyone connected with you, as well as everyone in your local area leading your own Operation Greatness chapter. And it is very critical for you to become parasite cleansed, because that's how you're removing all of the toxic programming, all the poisoning in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. Yes, evil was that close to taking over, and you stepped up in the nick of time and stopped it completely. You stopped evil dead in its tracks, and you liberated humanity from evil, from tyranny, from oppression, from the parasites. You stopped the parasites, and you became free, and you led every one of us in becoming free. So is it too late for humanity already? Not with you here owning your power and becoming the inspired visionary leader. It is your gift, it is your blessing, it is your responsibility, it is your duty, it is your destiny to be. No, you made sure that we became liberated just in the nick of time. This is how much you truly matter. You know that, right? Now you are fully appreciating why you are here. Now it's all come into perfect clarity. all of the things that happened, all of the adversities and struggles, they made you strong. Oh, I'm getting chills here. They turned you into the courageous, focused, ruthless, persistent, unwavering leader you were born to be. This is your duty, your destiny. Because you are sovereign, because you are free, because you are owning your power and being the gift you are. You are God's instrument for miracles, after all. I'm so moved and inspired, even just seeing how much more focused, aware, centered, grounded in your power you have become right here. It's like you've transformed completely right here in this action pod number 50. And you know this is why you are on the planet now, because this is the higher purpose of your life. This is the greatest contribution and gift of your life. This is the gift you are. And now you're living this and creating this. You liberated humanity. I'm just so humbled and honored to be in your company. To be honest with you, I love you. I believe in you. I know how much you matter because you liberated humanity. You stopped the destruction of the parasites. You saved us. You allowed us to become free. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.